Hello, folks on YouTube. Welcome back. This will be a shorter video. Age of Wonders 3 Let's Play. Got a game is bugging me about what to do in a city. Been spitting out these Tyrant Shredders because I need a few archer units. Builder somewhere, didn't I? Oh, it's here. Just building a road. Towards a future city site. Okay, just that small thing. So that, remember there were those flamers and the jester just wandering around?
Yeah.
Well, they're still wandering. They practically walked right past one of my scouts, so I don't think they're hostile unless attacked. I guess that's worth noting. Minor thing, but good to know. Buttercup Fairies. Felhorse. I could actually clear this this creation node. I think you were bugging me about that before. All right. Actually, before I save that, one more thing. Forget. Oh, that's already queued. Cool. Mass Bless. Blesses all friendly units. Bless units gain. Oh, that's gonna suck. Floating magical origin. I guess they're just fast moving units otherwise. Alright. So I guess just this fight. This will take most of the remaining time, and there'll be a little stuff on the strategic map.
Yeah.
These Felhorses, by the way, are dedicated to good. So they're unhappy unless the owner has a good alignment. It's just a minor thing worth noting. If you've not seen something like that before.
How does that count for independence?
For independence? Oh, they don't care. Independents don't
use alignment?
Yeah. But for if you were to it is an animal, so if you were to befriend animal and you weren't at least slightly good, I don't think you have to be more than slightly good, but if you weren't at least slightly good, it would suffer a morale penalty.
Yeah.
Like you're still currently neutral, so not just something to note that there are units that are dedicated to good and evil out there. These also have fire protection, annoyingly. All of these do. Of course, most of my units have a little fire protection of their own, so fire doesn't work well in this fight. Got spirit protection, which is not used by the fairies. Oh well. Nice. Got a crit. Cool, cool, cool. Hmm. Darn it. Yeah, the fairies have bard skills, so they're all doing extra damage.
Yeah.
Well, not all, but they have a very high crit chance. Just check if anyone's about to level up if I do some damage. Oh, this Sun Guard is. That could be useful. 10 to 14. Won't quite kill it. one hit if I flank. Rank up. Nice. It's all crit, 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 crit. Annoyingly. Darn it. There goes my chariot. Wouldn't have been a risk if not for the crits they kept scoring. Oh well. That went very poorly. Did not need to lose that chariot. That was most unfortunate.
Dang.
Although it was only a 28 experience, and I think I recruit them at 25, 20.
Oh yeah.
So it was like losing 8 experience. It's not a ton.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
And it did rank up one of my Sun Guard and get the other closer. Oh well. Definitely have to backtrack now though. 2 Sun Guards on their own can't do anything. Maybe just send them. Actually, let's see what's here. Halfling Jester and Farmer, that's it. There must be something hidden here. And Night Watch. Yeah, I'll face that later. some money from the gold mine, and then I can build a fort here next to this gold mine and the node. More mana, more gold. But yeah, I got casting points from killing those fairies, so let me cast a raise militia spell I've been working on. Raising lots of units to expand my little empire. Hmm. Here we go. Getting those guys on terrain they like. They can go for a little further. Right. Gather around ye old mammoth. Well, that fight before was quick. Wait, 2 minutes into the recording here.
What's up?
I was saying I'm only 18 minutes in the recording here. I thought it was further. Mike, you can't have much longer. Yeah, I'm gathering my army around the mammoth to deal with that fella.
Yeah.
Mammoth Rider, Harpoon Thrower Raider. Mammoth Rider is by far the nastiest thing. I guess it makes it for the fact the Frostslings have rather weak infantry. And the archers are, well, okay for skirmishing, but they don't fill the normal role of archers very well in terms of dealing a lot of damage to back up your infantry. So their cavalry are just ridiculously overpowered, though, as compensation, I guess, for that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Getting ready to scout down. Are you able to see exactly where your quest near Trequim is? Like, it should be able to locate. You should be able to locate a specific spot on the map for it. Does it show like what tile it's on?
Let's
If
see.
you zoom out, there should be like a thing that's like highlighted over it, basically.
Hmm. I think it moved into the fog of war. Or into the unexplored area, actually. Sorry.
Hmm.
But it looks like it's just south of that pillar. You see that pillar with the sword and the statue on it?
Yeah, just south of
It
that.
should be, yeah, it should be south of that right now.
Okay, so it's near the road. So if I keep following the road after I defeat the mammoth the next turn, I should be able to reach it before long and figure out what's over there. Whether
Yeah.
it's something you can scramble an army to go deal with, which is also why let's see, the hunters you're raising. It may be difficult to actually get for you to assemble a large enough army if it's anything very tough. You may have to send like the army all the way from the Arctic area or something. Um,
Yeah.
hmm. Pulling my cheetah back because of that spider. Spiders, they're gonna try and cross the mountains and hunt it. Um, uh, yep. Next turn, I should be able to deal with that mammoth. Bu- 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 bu. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit of mana. Can you spare any if I?
I think so. I have 200.
Cool. Um. Hmm. Because I might want a spell to make sure I don't lose anyone with that mammoth if things go badly. Let's see. Maybe bless or lion's courage or something. Just to try and avoid losing units. How much gold do you have?
63.
Oh, you're low in gold, so gold for mana then. Ba, ba, ba. 63. How much mana do you have in reserve again?
210.
200. All right. Offering 190 gold for 45 mana.
That works.
Yeah. I ran my mana little too low. Can't even build a temple to generate more if I want, because it costs mana to make a temple. Gotta spend mana to make mana.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Looks like looks like it's time to make another fort. All right. Saving it. Cool. Surprising little got done this turn, but there's only that one fight. It's too early to do the mammoth.
Yeah.
Most of my other units are either sitting guarding fortresses, hoping that, weird animals don't show up, like spiders. There's an eldritch, like a circle that summons eldritch animals near Fairfields. If you check on the map, you'll see a little bit. Yeah. Or they're preparing to deal with this mammoth. There's bountiful melons near Raleigh. Oh, that's interesting. Could grab those if I get wounded. Right near the road. Also have to keep my eyes out for like goblin and human units. By the way, the main the two enemies, one's a goblin and the other is human. So
Yep.
cool. Just looking at this watchtower I suggested building before. Here. It's probably not a terrible site because if you end up building a city nestled against mountains, when you found a city, it clears the tiles directly adjacent to it. If it's a dwarf city, you probably want those 3 tiles because if you're fortifying a city against enemy attacks, you can only put units on tiles that are covered by like the city tile itself or the like city outskirts and still have them take part in the battle. So you probably want, at least 3 tiles. That's if you later put a city there, or you could do one next to the Hasteberries further east.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. I kind of recommend nestling something in some mountains still because the mana tree to the south, you'll be able to get it in your borders that way.
Okay.
Um, I know it's kind of close to the other place for the city, but 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 4 tiles apart, so it's not terrible. And it's just more naval production because you got to competing demands for your coastal cities. You don't want them spending all their production building ships and then like stemming their growth, but you do want occasional ships. So otherwise, doesn't what I'm saying is it doesn't make a ton of sense to have like if you want to be able to make a substantial fleet to dominate this river system. It doesn't make sense to just build like one ship. You want to like be able to make a stack of like 4 of them and send them down the river.
Yeah.
Um, Past Bulgarer, the giant dwelling, because it looks like there's a river that feeds into the lake. Who knows where the river heads? Might take you right to the dreadnought, human dreadnought. Although the dreadnoughts,
Possibly.
I think, what?
Yeah, possibly. He's probably on the right side of the map.
That's my guess. Because the goblins seem to be down in the Blight in the southwest, so the dreadnought's probably in the southeast corner of the map somewhere.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in that direction. So that river might lead directly to the dreadnought. I think human dreadnoughts can raise can build ironclads though, like which are
Oh yeah.
really, if I remember correctly, that's a unit, isn't it? I'm not misremembering. Ironclad warship. Yep. Uh, it's a tier 4 boat. Yeah, it's only available to dreadnoughts. So that's the other thing. You don't want him sending ironclads up the river and like dominating that lake. So you're going to want a number of cities on the lake to make sure that you can just beat them with sheer numbers of ships.
Okay.
Because yeah, you can't produce tier 4 ships. Only tier 1, 2, and 3 ships. Uh, Dreadnoughts are the ones who make tier 4 ships because they rely on like cannons and technology. Uh, Ironclads are very very tough ships. Expensive as heck to maintain, but tough. And on a river system, you can't really face them with more than one stack at a time of ships. So he may be able to dominate the rivers if he builds enough ironclads, but you can probably dominate
Yeah.
the lake if you have numbers there. Anyways, just a thought. But
All right.
yeah. Well, I think that's enough of that. I guess. Um,
Yeah, I'm getting tired.
yeah. Um, so I guess next time. Oh, I did almost forget to mention. Uh, these sites in the middle of the lake, they're probably like have treasure, and you can use ships to help clear them.
Yeah.
So yeah, most units fight poorly on water. Ships don't. They fight well in water. Of course, they can't move off water. Uh,
Okay.
so that's another reason to build a bunch of these forts next to the lake, and then once they become like outposts, you can in villages, you can
How
eventually
does the
make some
combat work
ships.
in the battle mode?
I've only done it once or twice, but I want to say, if I remember correctly, like every unit is on a ship, like even like land units, but they have like a little that instead of your normal like unit model, I think it's a ship. It's like a
Yeah.
and the default and it has like mostly the same stats as the unit, except it has like less defense. I think it is if they're on a ship and they're not certain units don't. Humans have Mariner, for instance, which doesn't they don't suffer a defense penalty. I think it's -2 defense. And some abilities
Okay.
don't work when on the water, but some do. Fire works particularly well against ships, unsurprisingly. So units that have
Yeah.
fire are particularly good on ships. And since fire is kind of the meta, having fire resistance is good. So like my Tiger and Sun Guards are pretty decent on ships because they're fire resistant. Um, uh, Draconians are obviously very good at sea warfare because they can throw fire at stuff.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, cannons do a little bit of fire damage, and yeah, the dreadnought will show up with just like cannons and ironclads, and um, yeah, I I even in the like tutorial campaign, there's like a dreadnought you face or something, and he will, if you give him all enough, he'll build cannons. The dreadnoughts love cannons, so I don't know if they're smart enough to use the river system, but I do know that they can build some nasty water units and units that fight pretty well even when they're embarked, like cannons. And because they're human, mariner, they don't suffer the defense penalty on the ocean. So a cannon on a like transport ship is probably competitive with many of the actual naval units.
Oh yeah.
Maybe even better. I'm not sure. Probably better in the tier one naval units. Maybe even the tier two. Um, yeah, it goes. What is it? Frigate something galleon. There's like a God. I don't remember the hierarchies, but to even build those units, you need to build a harbor at a ship at a city that touches the water. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I suggest like nestling one city near the clover, another city 4 tiles east of that. You can reserve the spots with forts because you actually would have trouble with them preventing each other from being built as the domains expand otherwise. Then another over near the haste barriers, and that gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities on the water. I don't see anywhere else you can really nestle cities because of the mountains, and you
Would
could build.
the do the ships depend on what your race or class are, or does everyone have the same set of ships generally?
I think it's the same. Let's see. Frigates. I don't see multiple entries for frigates, galleons. Let's see. Galleons, I think, are the tier three. Yes, I don't remember what the tier two is, but yeah, it's the same for everyone. Yeah,
Okay.
galleons have a cannon that does 30 damage. Volley fire armor was 15 damage. They have 20% fire weakness. I believe frigates have a higher fire weakness. No, just 20%. Okay. They also can fire. They have a ballista does 22. Pretty sure frigates are the lowest tier. So actually, they all cost. Or maybe it's just frigates and galleons normally. I don't know. Um, let's see.
Okay.
But yeah, it's actually technically a tier 2 unit. Ranks up like a tier 2 unit, the frigate. And the galleon's a tier 3. I don't remember if there's a rank below frigate or if I think, but I think galleon is the best ship you can make if you're not a dreadnought.
Yeah.
Ironclads are definitely the best ship in the game, and they're dreadnought only. Anyways,
Okay.
folks on YouTube, wish you all the best. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves. May you always find a guy and start lead you home. Adieu. Sorry there wasn't a ton in this episode and it was so short. Best luck.